Hi there, I'm Bill Glazer, and welcome to No BS Live, the place for prosperity online without all the bull. And on today's show, I'll be sharing some of my favorite outrageous envelopes that will make people open them up to find out what's inside. And we got a great question and answer from a No BS Live TV viewer. Okay, as you can imagine, people send me marketing examples all the time, especially after I wrote my outrageous advertising book. But most of the time they don't get opened by me because, quite frankly, they're boring. And the ones that do get open are the ones that are, as I teach, outrageous. And they stand out and they get my attention and leave me wondering, what's inside this thing? So a few months ago, I shared with you some of my favorite direct mail envelopes, and today, because everybody responded that they loved it so much, I'm going to be sharing a few more with you. Now, frankly, I've got way too many to show you, but I picked out about a half a dozen or so, and I want to show them to you. But remember, the whole idea of this is that when somebody gets a big pile of mail, which everybody gets a big pile of mail every day in their mailbox, you've got to stand out. You've got to people got to pay attention to you, because most mail is just boring, and if they don't get immediate attention, it goes into that one file, which is called the circular file, which is the trash can. So you got to stand out. So let me show you a couple of things that have been sent to me. So first of all, here's one right here. And this is a envelope which made out of the American flag, and as you can see, it's an actual envelope, and you open it up inside, and there's a letter that's inside this thing. And what's important about this is this was sent out around a patriotic holiday here in the United States. So this is great to use for like Labor Day, Memorial Day, 4th of July, something like this. That's on people's minds. And if you get this in the mail where you see this American flag, well, you're going to open this thing up because, again, what's the commonality? Curiosity is going to make you open it up. Here's another one that is easy to use. This is the fake Priority Express letters, and these are readily available. You can actually Google these and find these all over the internet, and they make them in different sizes. But again, this looks like something that would be coming either from UPS or the United States Postal Service or from FedEx. So they're fake, but they have that same kind of look of being important. And so you get something like this in the mail that says Priority Express letter, important document. This is a real quick and easy and cheap way to get attention in your mailbox. Here's another one, and this one's actually in my book, and I actually show this in the book. This is one of them that I used in my own menswear store, and it's a fake lunch bag. And we actually printed on this paper, make it look like a lunch bag. We printed right on it. And then inside, there's a full sales letter inside. But again, somebody's going to be thinking, who's sending me a lunch bag in the mail? So again, something that people will open up and read. Here's one of my favorite ones that we use a lot here at Glazer Kennedy. You can get these in various sizes, but this is just a clear cellophane bag, okay? And you can just put, as you can see on here, your message inside. This one's kind of cool. It says top secret. And then you just put your label right on here. But again, curiosity is going to make you open this thing up. And then the next one is, and I think these are available predominantly at Uline. And let me take the little sticker off here. These are shiny metallic envelopes that you can get. I think Uline.com is a place you can get these. They make them in various colors. This is purple. They make them, I know, in gold, in red. When I've split tested these things, which is one of our questions we're actually going to get to today, or it is the question, I always found the red always actually outperformed any of the other colors. But again, that curiosity of this shiny envelope. And the last one, again, this one was right out of my book, and this is one of the ones I did, again, used at my menswear store. This is what we call the genuine imitation official-looking envelope. And this one came, we made this up. This was from the finance office at Gage Menswear, and we actually had a little thing coming through the window here that says accounting conference number with some fake number that was on there. So it made it look really, really, really official. And then we had on there this whole barcode that's on there, and we printed that on there. So this is something that looks like an official envelope, almost like the government or somebody like that is sending you something in the mail, either a check or something of importance that you should kind of pay attention to. Now, I'll give you one more secret about using these kinds of envelopes. So these envelopes, they're pretty much guaranteed or significantly increase your chances of people opening it up. But then when you do something like that, you need to have your message inside congruent with the envelope. So like, for example, the lunch bag mailer. We talked about the fact that there's no free lunches, but if you come into my menswear store and you spend so much money, we'll actually give you some certificates to free lunches at a local delicatessen. So there was always a congruent message inside and outside. But what's important about these envelopes is in your direct mail, don't send out boring number 10 white envelopes that are just boring. Send out something that's going to cut through the clutter and get noticed. So now it's time for Ask Bill. That's me. Okay, our question for this week was submitted through our No BS TV Ask Bill hotline. We got a hotline. And let's play that message.
Hi, this is Chris Smith, and this is my question for Bill's Glazers No BS live TV show. Bill, what is your process for split testing campaigns? For example, do you test your whole database? Or what makes a campaign a winner? How do you split test your campaigns? Well, see you next episode. Thanks, Bill.
Okay, when you're doing split testing, there's two things you want to keep in mind in order to really do a good split test. Number one is that you only want to change one thing on the split test. If you start changing multiple things, you don't know what's the thing that's actually causing the increase in response. So you just want to change one thing. You might want to change an offer. You might want to change a deadline. You might want to change the headline, but you just want to change one thing. Now, the second thing actually gets to the heart of the question is, do you test your whole database? Well, first of all, that depends on how big your database is to test. But what I've always found is this, that in order to get some kind of meaningful data, you have to do at least a mailing of no less than 500 in each of the tests. So if you're going to be split testing a headline, 500 goes out to one headline and 500 goes out to the other headline. So no, you don't have to test your whole database. If you've got 1 million people in your database, I wouldn't test that at all. The whole purpose of doing split testing is to figure out which one is the winner and then roll it out to your entire database. So Chris, I want to thank you for your question and for submitting it through the No BS Live TV Ask Bill hotline. Now, Jessica, tell Chris what he won and what this week's web deal is.
Jessica here to bring you this week's Beat the Clock web deal. Are you ready for a step-by-step system that removes all the guesswork, waste, hassle, and frustration out of creating copy that sells once and for all, guaranteed? With Bill Glazer's Creating Copy That Sells, you can do just that. Here's just some of what you'll discover. The 11 building blocks that must be incorporated into every piece of copy you write. The 20 critical copy concepts that will take your work to the next level. Copy kryptonite, the biggest mistakes that people make when writing copy that will kill your results the same way that kryptonite affects Superman, and much more. Beat the clock and invest in creating copy that sells for 48% off, and if you're a GKIC Gold member above, you'll even enjoy free shipping. But hurry, this offer ends Monday at 11:59 p.m. Eastern. Check the banner for more details.
So if you'd like to have your marketing question answered right here on No BS Live TV and win that week's web deal, there's two easy ways for you to do so. First of all, you can call the number that's on the screen, just like Chris did, or easier yet, you can just scroll down and leave your question in the comments below. The best questions will be picked each week, and I'll answer them right here live, and you could win that week's web deal. So that's today's show, folks, and before you go, check out the sidebar for this week's new free gift just for watching. These things are still going as fast as ever, and you're going to want to get your hands on them before they run out. And remember to stick around just for a little quick preview of what's coming up on Friday's episode. So as if you didn't already know, I'm Bill Glazer, and this is No BS Live TV. This is the place for prosperity online without all the bull. See you next week. Although it's different from what we normally show, we're going online to take a look at Craigslist TV and how the company is using their broad and diverse user base to generate online buzz for their site